What's good, chat? What's good? What's good? How we doing tonight? Lakers lose a very, very winnable game because apparently they cannot shoot free throws and get defensive rebounds. So we lose tonight's game because we cannot get defensive rebounds. And that's what ultimately kills us. Lakers lose this game with a final score of 110 to 109 to the Orlando Magic. Lakers did come out, guys. LeBron had a very strong start to the game. He had like 10 points in the first quarter. And then, he's trying to start letting Luka and Austin kind of get going. Austin Reeves had a very poor first half. He wasn't aggressive enough, I didn't feel like. But the shots that he missed were very good shots. At least 4 of the 5 that he missed in the first half. He started the first half off 0 for 5 from the field. But he did have a very extremely good second half. Lakers did have I think a 2 or 3 point lead at halftime. Going into the halftime, they came out. They had a strong push. Luka kind of got going. Austin got going for sure. I think he had like 11 or 12 points in the fourth quarter. And, he kind of got it going in the third quarter. So going into the third quarter, Paolo Banchero, uncharacteristically, he just starts knocking down everything. I mean, he was knocking down some very, very tough shots. He was knocking down threes. He even made a contested 3 over Luka one time. And I think that his play got the Orlando Magic back in the game. Going into the fourth quarter, Lakers were leading. So they did finally lose a game this season where they were leading and going into the fourth quarter. This might be their second loss this season, winning the game going into the fourth quarter and actually losing. But the main reason why they lost this game was because Luka Doncic just did not have a good shooting night tonight, guys. Like overall, like in the third quarter when LeBron and Austin went to the bench, that's Luka's time to like really take over the game and like really be that main engine to the offense and getting good shots and making good shots and making shots in general, right? So he was not doing that in the third quarter. And I think that really propelled the Orlando Magic to get back into the game because he was getting to his spots. He was getting some good shots for him and he just wasn't making them. He had a very, very poor shooting night. Tonight he shot 8 of 24 from the field and he only had 22 points. And he also missed 5 free throws. So 4 of 9 from the free throw line and shooting 8 of 24. He had more shot attempts than points. And now tonight's loss was definitely not on Luka because he had some extremely good plays in the fourth quarter. He did knock down 2 tough threes. Well, one of them was a 2-pointer, but it was a very long 2 because he had his foot on the line. Unfortunately, if he would have made it, if that would have been a 3, the game would have been tied in that situation. So that kind of hurt us as well. Then he made another 3 in the corner. Desperation 3 at the end of the shot clock in the corner, knocking it down right before the shot clock went off. But ultimately, offensive rebounds is what really hurt the Lakers and allowed Wendell Carter to get the Anthony Black got the offensive rebound and he passed it to Wendell Carter. And Wendell Carter scored a very tough layup, which should have been a foul, honestly, on Luka Doncic. Should have been an and one. But the Lakers get the ball. 6 seconds left on the game clock, and they had an opportunity to win the game. I don't know why Luka went so early. If he was gonna go that early, because he came off a down screen, LeBron was taking the ball out, he passing the ball. Obviously LeBron gets in bounds. Luka had a avenue to get to the 3-point line and shoot the ball right away, but he like kind of hesitated. I don't know if he wanted to wait for the shot clock to go down, but in that situation, I feel like you go early because if you do miss the shot, you can at least foul. You're only down by 1. So if you miss the shot, you're only down by 1 and you had 1 timeout remaining. So I don't know why he didn't choose to shoot the ball, right? Because if he would have missed that shot, then you could have just fouled and then sent them to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws, and then you would have been down by 3. Now, obviously, it would have been tougher for you to make it tie the game up and try to go into overtime when you're down by 3, but you still would have gave yourself an opportunity to get the ball again instead of holding the ball when you're down by 1. I don't know. I don't understand the logic in that. I don't know if JJ Redick told him not to go. I don't know what they were doing in that situation, but that was just messed up from the start. As soon as he caught the ball, he hesitated instead of just going right, dribbling left and just pulling up from 3. That would have been one of the cleanest looks he got all game, and he decided just to not shoot it. So ultimately, that did hurt us. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into y'all's questions and comments, guys. The Lakers do lose this game with a final score of 110 to 109 against the Orlando Magic. This was a very winnable game. The Lakers had and this is another thing, chat, before I hop into y'all questions. I'm gonna hop into your question first, Mom, but what's good, bro? tonight was one of those nights, man. It would have been very nice for Luka Doncic to have not just have a poor shooting game. It would have been very, because if he didn't have a poor shooting game in that third quarter, he could not make a shot, bro. Like he just could not make a shot in the third quarter. He couldn't. And that allowed Orlando to get back into the game because the Lakers did build a double-digit lead. They built a double-digit lead. When the big three were in the game, when LeBron, Austin, and Luka were all in the game, they were getting good shots and they were making good shots, right? And their offense was, Orlando couldn't slow them down. And Austin Reeves got it going, and just overall, those three just in general got going. DeAndre Ayton was phenomenal tonight, by the way, guys. He had 21 points, 13 rebounds. He had 1 block and 1 steal, right? I do wish in certain scenarios in this game, he could have been a little bit better rebounding the ball. I felt like he kind of let Mo Wagner and Wendell Carter kind of bully him a little bit at times. But overall, I mean, you know, to not have Jackson Hayes in this game, I think Jackson would have helped in this game as well because his length and his athletic ability, shot blocking and stuff like that, obviously he would have helped. But obviously Jackson didn't play tonight, so that hurts a little bit as well. But yeah. So let me go ahead and get into y'all's questions and comments right quick. I am going to also go to the box score. So if y'all want to check that out, y'all can. Who do the Lakers think they are? They aren't good enough to think they can coast once they go down double digits. It's embarrassing at this point. I don't necessarily think they were coasting when they went down double digits. I just think that they went into Luka isolation ball or high Luka pick and roll, right, in the third quarter. Once LeBron and Austin went to the bench, because once they did go about double digits, this is what happened, right? This is what allowed Orlando to get back into the game. Paolo Banchero became the best player on the court. He absolutely just started cooking. Tonight he had 36 points. Let me scroll down a little bit so y'all can actually see the Lakers box score. But Paolo had in this game 36 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. And he shot 2 of 6 from 3. Now, and one of those threes was wide open, but one of those threes he made in the third quarter, bro, was an extremely tough shot. He made it. And I think at that point, the Lakers were up by like 8 or 9, right? So that cut the lead down to like 6, 7, somewhere in there. 5 or 6, whatever it was. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he made an extremely tough 3 right in Luka's face around that point of the game, right? I feel like defensively, the Lakers were fine tonight. Once again, I feel like they were fine against the Boston Celtics too. They just kept allowing offensive rebounds. How many offensive rebounds did the Magic have tonight? Let's see. They had 13 offensive rebounds, bro. And that's what ultimately killed them at the end. You got a 1-point lead. You got a 1-point lead at the end of the game. And then Paolo Banchero takes a very tough mid-range pull-up jump shot, which you contested very, very well. And instead of putting your body on somebody, you're just looking at the ball and hoping it comes your way. And of course, it goes right to Anthony Black. It's right in between like 2 Lakers players, and it goes right to Anthony Black. That's why you have to put your body on somebody. You have to, right? So that's what killed the Lakers once again, and especially in the first half. That's the reason why Orlando was sticking around in the first half, bro. Offensive rebounds. So, and the Lakers have been running heavy zone. And what's one of the worst things that happens when you play a lot of zone?